We're now going to take on two topics in directional, that is point-to-point links or wireless links, and those are called the frontal zone. And I know it doesn't look like that, it looks like Freznel, but it's actually pronounced frontal, and something called Earth Bulge. So let's look at a picture to see what it looks like. This is a frontal zone. So I've got two antennas, and the point-to-point, that is to say the line of sight between these two antennas, is represented by this purple line here. But this football shaped thing, well, kind of a flat football, is what we call the frontal zone. And we are not allowed to go more than 40% into this. See this black line that goes kind of through the middle here? I cannot encroach more than 40% into this frontal zone without disrupting the signal. So trees and buildings and hills and things like that, if they encroach in the frontal zone, will disrupt my signal. Now the reasons for that has to do with multipath that we've talked about before, with the signals bouncing around, as well as several other things, just the behavior of waves in general, but I'm not going to go into that in detail. This frontal guy also invented a way to make lighthouses, the light travel farther from lighthouses using similar calculations. But this frontal zone here is, as I said, I can't get more than 40% into it with trees and houses and hills and mountains and things without messing things up. Now I want you to notice, though, I'm going to put a line up here at the top of this Earth. This white area represents the Earth. And I want you to notice that from this line, 40% into this is different over here than it is over here. So I have to calculate it at any given point along here. So if I've got trees or a building growing somewhere over in here, it's different height than if it's over here. The other thing is Earth Bulge, and you notice that this Earth Bulge here, this line being straight, doesn't really represent what the Earth looks like. And it turns out that the Earth Bulge is the curvature of the Earth itself is such that if I go 7 miles or more, this thing actually encroaches into that 40% of my frontal zone, and I can lose my signal. So once we get past 7 miles, we have to make some sort of compensation for this Earth Bulge, like raising the antennas up higher or bouncing them off of something or something of that nature. So the frontal zone and Earth Bulge.